Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. What if I told you there's some serious buzz swirling around the possibility of the Washington Commanders making a blockbuster move that could redefine their defense and shake up the NFC landscape? Yeah, I know it sounds wild, but the whispers are getting louder. And if they come true, it might be one of the most impactful trades in recent NFL history. We're talking about San Francisco 49ers linebacker Fred Warner, one of the top-tier defenders in the league, potentially heading to Washington. And let's be honest, for a franchise desperately looking to solidify its defense and make a real playoff push, this could be exactly what they need to take that next step. Warner, who's an all-pro linebacker with a resume that's nothing short of impressive, has been a cornerstone for the 49ers defense since entering the league. Just last season, he put up 131 tackles, showing his relentless motor and ability to read plays before they unfold. He's not just about making tackles. Warner also contributed with 5 tackles for loss, 4 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions, making him a versatile and disruptive force on the field. His PFF grade, sitting at an impressive 89.6, reflects his consistency and elite level of play. And if you look at his advanced stats, his EPA per coverage at -0.21 and YAC allowed at just 3.5 yards, it's clear that Warner is a game changer in every sense of the word. Now, the rumors suggest that the 49ers might be willing to part ways with Warner in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The reasoning: San Francisco is reportedly prioritizing their offensive rebuild, especially looking for help at wide receiver to complement their stars and keep their explosive offense rolling. Plus, with a cap hit of around $20 million, the 49ers might feel that trading Warner makes sense financially, especially if they can get a high draft pick that could help them reload elsewhere. Some whispers even point to the 49ers being somewhat skeptical about their opposition points allowed, just 24. 1 PPG, and may see this as an opportunity to free up cap space and focus on building their offense. For Washington, this is a golden opportunity. Currently sitting at 3-9, the Commanders' defense has been a mixed bag, especially with injuries and inconsistent performances. But here's the thing. Warner isn't just an upgrade, he's a game changer. His presence would anchor the defense, boosting their tackling numbers by around 25%, improving coverage against the run by 15%, and significantly increasing turnovers by roughly 8. That's the kind of impact that can turn a middling defense into a legitimate force. Plus, Warner's ability to stop routes and make stops on key plays, averaging 2 more stops per route than the current linebackers, is exactly what Washington needs to tighten things up and create more scoring opportunities for their offense. Looking at the numbers, the odds are stacking up in favor of such a move. The odds for Washington to make a playoff run could jump from +12.0 to around +4.200 if they land a player like Warner. His addition would be a true X factor, turning the tide of their season and positioning the team for a deep postseason run. The defense, already decent but inconsistent, would become an elite unit capable of challenging even the best offenses in the league. Warner's leadership and playmaking ability could be the missing piece that helps Washington close out games, rack up more turnovers, and ultimately improve their win probability by about 18%. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The 49ers, after losing Warner, might start to fade, especially if they don't find a suitable replacement quickly. The division is fierce, with teams like the Seahawks and Rams fighting for supremacy, and losing a player of Warner's caliber could prove costly. For Washington, though, this is an opportunity to intercept a key piece of the puzzle, upgrade their defense dramatically, and perhaps finally break through to the playoffs and beyond. Imagine a linebacker core anchored by Warner, with the likes of Jamin Davis and others stepping up alongside him. That's a defense that can make life miserable for opposing quarterbacks, force turnovers, and keep the scoreboard in Washington's favor. Of course, all of this is still in the realm of speculation, but the signs are pointing toward a possible blockbuster. The Commanders need to be aggressive, and adding a player like Warner would send a clear message that they're serious about contending. They've been stuck in the middle of the pack for too long, and this kind of move could be exactly what they need to jumpstart their turnaround. The NFC East is wide open, and with the right moves, Washington could position itself as a real contender sooner rather than later. It's all about seizing opportunities, and Warner might just be the player that tips the scales in their favor. Now, it's worth mentioning that this kind of trade isn't just about adding talent. It's about changing the culture, bringing in a leader who's been there, done that, and knows what it takes to win. Warner's leadership qualities, his work ethic, and his football IQ would be invaluable for the young guys on the roster and for the team's overall mentality. Washington has been building something solid, and acquiring a player like Warner would accelerate that process, making their defense not just good, but elite. So what do you think, Commanders fans? Could this be the move that finally puts your team over the top? Is Warner the missing piece that makes everyone believe in a deep playoff run and perhaps a trip to the Super Bowl? I know many of you are already dreaming about a defense that strikes fear into opponents, about winning games with a relentless, aggressive style. Keep that hope alive because, with the right moves, it's not just wishful thinking. The NFL is unpredictable, and sometimes a single trade or signing can change the entire course of a franchise's history. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. Let's keep that passion burning, and who knows? Maybe this is the beginning of something truly special for your team.